Hello guys, my name is Eryck, and in this video I'll be showing you how I create a track using Splice. If you guys are not familiar with Splice, Splice is a great platform to kickstart your ideas. It contains massive database of sounds which you could skim through either using your web browser or the Splice app. And if you go for the creator plan, you also get Astra, which is an awesome synth plugin, as well as the Beatmaker drum machine, which I'll be using in the track today. Alright, so let's get cooking. I usually start with chord progressions when I create a track, but since we have the Beatmaker up, let's start with that. The Beatmaker is an awesome drum machine which you could trigger using your drum pads, your mouse, or your MIDI keyboard. My favorite part about the Beatmaker is the sequencer section. You can program your drums within the plugin by either mousing it in or mousing it out. You could also load your own samples, play with the velocity, or mess with the effects. And if you just want to lay down a quick groove, Beatmaker has a bunch of presets that you could start with. And guys, don't be afraid to use presets. Presets are a great starting point to build your ideas. Let's go to the live drum kits. Alright, I kind of like this one. You could always start with a groove and we could tweak it from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mouse in a few of the kicks. Maybe another kick there, here. Alright, let's hear this. Alright, maybe it's a little bit too much here. What I'd like to do every time the snare hits, I would lessen the velocity of the kick to give it a little bit of that feel. Alright, so let's hear it. Alright, I like it. But I feel like the kick needs a little bit of that low end. So let's tweak that a little bit. Alright. Alright, sounds better. One thing cool about Beatmaker, you could drag the MIDI pattern into your DAW and tweak it even farther. But since I like the groove already, I will just render the audio and drag it straight into Logic. Just like that. And I'll be doing the same to all the tracks. So now that I have the audio in Logic, I will just bypass and close the plugin. Alright, so let's loop this a few bars. Alright, I feel like the crash doesn't need to be hitting all the time. So let's see here. Maybe another one there. And maybe move this guy here. Alright, so now that we have the groove, let's start using chords. So let's pull up Astra. Astra is a great sounding, versatile synth plugin. I could go in detail and explain each individual parts of this plugin, but it's probably going to take another 10 hours of video. So for the sake of this track, let's go through some presets. Alright, that's pretty nice. Maybe that. Alright, I think this is pretty close to where I want it to sound. Alright, so let's track this. Okay, cool. Now we're just gonna have to loop it. So what I'd like to do is add another sound on top of that pad sound. So let's pull up Astra again. Too much? Okay, I like how this sounds, but I don't want it to sound too prominent. So let's lower it all the way down. Just like that. Alright, sounds good. So I feel like it needs another instrument on the second half of that track. So I'm gonna pull up Astra again. This time, I'm just gonna cut the chord progression in half and go through some sounds. Okay, I like this. And now what I'd like to do is change the voicing of the chords. So maybe I'll select the high notes and just drag it down an octave. All right. Now let's hear it with the track. Now, let's track some bass. So I really love how this track is sounding so far, but I still feel like it needs a little bit of that spice. Maybe adding a guitar sound or some type of vocal chop will enhance it a little bit. So with that in mind, let's pull up the Splice app. So you could search any sound that you're looking for, and you could audition each individual sample using the included bridge plugin, which would let your DAW communicate with the Splice app. You could also change the key to match your song or speed. So with the bridge plugin, you'd be able to hear how the sample would sound with your track. Obviously, it's not the guitar sound that I'm looking for. You would literally spend hours browsing through a million samples. So for the sake of this video, I've selected a few guitar sounds and vocal chops that I think would fit the track. So let's give it a listen. Okay. Let's hear how this sounds with the track. I actually love how this sounds. A little too funky for me. I like this too. Maybe. Okay, I like this. Ooh, I love this. I love this. So I think I picked up 3 that I can use with the track. Once you have it selected, all you gotta do is just add it to your library, which I did already here. And all you have to do is drag it into Logic, just like that. And I'll do the same thing to all the samples I've selected. I think this one too. Yep. All right, let's drag it. So it's actually good to have different samples that you could use in different parts of the song, or you could layer those samples together. All right. So the track sounds great, and I don't think I'm gonna need it, but let's see how it sounds with a vocal chop.
Keep shining.
Not bad.
Keep shining now. Keep shining.
All right, let's see how this sounds with the track.
Keep shining now. Keep shining.
So I'm creating this track with an intention to making it into a song. So even though this vocal chop sounds really well with the track, depending on the song, it may or may not work.
Keep shining now. Keep shining.
But for now, let's skip it in.
Keep shining now. Keep shining. Keep shining.
All right, so all I need to do is play with the arrangement a little bit, mix it, hit the studio, and write to it.
Say what's on your mind, love. Tell me what you're thinking of. Say what's on your mind, love. Baby, 'cause I just want to be sure if all you want is my love, then I can give you my love. So say what's on your mind, love, baby, 'cause I just want to be yours.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and got a little insight on how I created this song using Splice. I would like to thank my good friend Kayla for blessing the track with her amazing voice, and keep an ear out for the song. Till next time.